did something really stupid while I was gone. You want to know what it is?
This is McKay's, a glorious, incredible, dare I say near perfect bookstore located exclusively in North Carolina and Tennessee. To start, I should mention something. McKay's does not just sell books. They sell video games, board games, instruments, CDs, vinyls, movies, among other merchandise. As you can imagine, this bookstore brings in a little more people than just readers. For a 9-year-old me, going to this place was quite literally the bee's knees. I fondly remember getting a really sick game for my Wii and anxiously looking all over the box art on the trip back home. Good times. Fast forward to this year, McKay's has decided to launch an event that would be their capstone, their magnum opus, their latest and greatest. That event being the ultimate McKay's road trip. Fans rejoice. According to McKay's, how this road trip works is you need to go to all 5 McKay's bookstores in North Carolina and Tennessee: Mebane, Winston-Salem, Knoxville, Chattanooga, and Nashville. There is no specific order you have to go in. As long as you go to all 5 stores, game is game. For the fruits of your labor, there are 5 rewards you can get. At the first McKay's you go to, you will receive a McKay's passport. You must be at least 18 years old to get it. The passport must be kept, since you will take it to every location of McKay's to receive a stamp. Stamps show that you've been to a certain store, plain simple. Following your first store, the prizes will begin to get more and more valuable. At store 2, you earn a McKay's t-shirt. Third store, $50 of McKay's credit, a travel mug, and a snack pack on top of that. Fourth store, $250 more of McKay's credit along with a commemorative poster. Fifth store, being the final store, gives $500 of McKay's credit. All in all, if one was to complete the road trip, they would get a total of $800 McKay's credit, a t-shirt, a travel mug, and a commemorative poster. This is nothing to laugh at, since keep in mind, although this is a road trip for a bookstore, this credit could also be used for video games, instruments, anything that McKay's had put a price tag on inside its walls. Whenever me and my friend Jack Williams heard about such news, we knew that our fate was sealed. It was now or never. We drafted a plan: 5 stores, 1 day. To start, we decided to take a route going east to west, essentially Mebane to Winston-Salem, to Knoxville, to Nashville, to Chattanooga. For reference, it's a 10-hour route on a perfect day with no traffic, totaling 660 miles, about the length of California north to south. Given we get a hotel in nearby Burlington, we would have a 13-hour time frame to do this on July 9th, 2024. Little did we know what the ultimate road trip had in store for us. The day before the big event, I drove to Jack's abode and joined forces, ready for the rough.
So we just left my house. Looking at the GPS, we have 5 hours and 58 minutes.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Morris Hill Road.
In Mebane. So yeah. Hope I survive.
We'll see about that.
Bye-bye, McKay's. We'll be back. At the start, we talked plans and watched Wayne's World, which I must say, certified road trip classic.
How's your summer going?
So we're about 1 hour in. We just passed
Velocity.
Yeah, Velocity. And about 2 hours to Seaverville, where we're gonna stop for a snack and get some stuff. Wayne's World is pretty good so far.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Well, cool, man.
that's about all there is to say.
All right.
So,
Thank you. Yeah, let me know if you have any issues to see you. All right. Later.
Now these snacks come from a small place, not there, a place that is decently underground and foreign. That being...
cows!
Cows? Dang, this sure is some city. Ah, there it is, Bucky Beaver himself. Inching our way there, we arrived at the Beaver's Bazaar.
We're at
Then the
Bucky's.
next one.
I was too much a scaredy cat to shoot footage of the labyrinth, but feel free to see Ted Nivison and Eddy Burback's 2 road trips, Rainforest Cafe and Margaritaville. Oh, and kudos to both of these guys for inspiring us to make this lovely video. If either of you are watching, thank you.
So we just finished the first movie. It was pretty tough, but we got through the first 2 hours of the ride with it. A little trip at Bucky's. I'd say we're doing pretty good.
218 miles, continue straight on.
I will not bow to any sponsor.
Driving down the road, we would already see the inevitable competition not once, but twice. It turns out we would not have the pool to ourselves. Literally.
A swim jack?
That's your mom's house. My worst fear was upon me. The satanic bear's burning hot liquidy dark magic crashed against my sphincter like a tidal wave.
After a lovely story of sugar-free gummy bears, we took a rest and continued delving deeper and deeper and deeper into North Carolina. It's a bigger state than you might think, and people forget about how different its parts are. Look a mountain, look a wall, look a bridge, look a finished sequel. After passing the Farlands, we drove through Greensboro and arrived at a lovely place called Freddy's. However, no animatronics added, but custard to go around.
Alright, so far we have stopped here at Freddy Fazbear's. Yeah, Freddy Fazbear's steak burgers. Yeah. But yeah, we just got to the town, Burlington, North Carolina, the town that our hotel's in. We're gonna wake up early in the morning, maybe get some snacks for the road tonight. I don't know, we haven't sorted that out yet, but we're just gonna go back to the hotel and watch like Real Housewives of Atlanta. So yeah,
That's my jam,
that's
man.
about all there is to say.
All right, time for our hotel. Whoa. Noise.
North Carolina. South Carolina's failure of a sister.
Based.
All right, so we're in our hotel now. This is just a room tour. We got our beds. My dad's in there. We got a nice computer. Got this lamp that looks like a very suspicious thing. We got a freaking radio.
Look at that.
American Ninja Warrior on. And I don't know what this is, but it's here. So yeah, that's the room. Bye, Mr. Beast fans.
Sweet dreams tonight. Tomorrow is McKay's day. A lovely morning in Burlington would greet us. Little did we know, red sky and morning, sailors take warning. I chose the champion's breakfast, and Jack ultimately did too. No time to waste, off to the first McKay's in Mebane.
You may be wondering, YouTube, why am I chewing gum at 7:14 in the morning? Well, my dentist gave me the gum to eat after every meal.
Dun dun dun.
Indeed. Look at that sun.
The house of the rising sun, as they say.
Just a 15-minute drive away. This store would open at 8 o'clock, meaning we would arrive at 7:30 to a side of... Oh no.
Alright, so we were at the first McKay's in Mebane. But God
Is the line long? Hopefully, let's do this.
And do this we did, starting not in the front, but in the outer rim. This was a shock not just to us, but McKay's. The sheer volume of people was becoming more than just a little out of hand, best explained by Jack.
This is vaguely similar to the crowd that Jesus made when he gave the whole bread and fish thing on the hill. I'm genuinely terrified.
Well, true, but also...
No, I genuinely think that, this is way more... We grossly underestimated how many people would make it. And I think McKay's might get in trouble with the old pigs, the old red and blues, the old busters. The cops. So that's not good for them.
And not good it was. The town McKay's was in, Mebane, is only 20,000 people. Compare this to the average population of other McKay's locations, 334,000 roughly, meaning this town was not well equipped to deal with, well, this,
over there,
which is getting a little crazy.
They're actually going to start lining up in the woods.
The elves from Rivendell are here for the McKay's credit. Everyone in Middle Earth is desperate for this event.
Yeah, soon the giants will be stomping around.
Yeah.
But at last, we have reached the summit of this Mount Everest.
I think we are about to finally reach the top. And as you can see, people from all walks of life has come to this event, and clearly McKay's has not anticipated it.
We ran in this surprisingly modern-looking McKay's and raced to get the first prize, passports, and we successfully secured them, or some of us did.
All right, guys, we're currently heading back. So far, we have secured two passports.
No. You're
18.
I'm
18.
He denied me. He got you.
Yeah.
You think we do something like this for alcohol? No, we're doing it for McKay's.
Whole McLovin situation we got going here. It wasn't a fake ID. It was real too. Who are you, Seal?
Passport in hand, it was time to leave this chaotic location.
Should get tickets. Yeah. We just finished McKay's at Mebane, and for God's sakes, it was a meat grinder. We got there at about 7:30, finished at 9:23, almost 2 hours later. The line wrapped around 3 times. Into the forest, for God's sakes. People are parking on private property in a state where the Second Amendment is treated like family. And for some freaking reason, they checked my ID but didn't check yours.
Yeah, and I had a permit.
And now we have 2 passports. But that's great. So we get them this slightly more money, so
Just amazing.
we're off. We're off to the races.
McKay's outskirt.
Hopefully the fire truck we saw later came to help some of those poor souls at McKay's. We hope this McKay's was nothing like Mebane. Looks like we got our wish.
Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem. Line. Pretty treacherous, but it looks like it is somewhat moving.
There were 2 lines this time for people like us needing a stamp for a passport. The news even wanted to report on the scene. Don't worry, they'll be back.
Into our English tongue with great discretion and much applause. Also came with those the famous Shockspert, a right strange mingling of mighty blood with mean ye more in especial since in ye queen's grace was present, as likewise these following to wit. Ye Duchess of Bilgewater.
Many people we talked to were survivors from what was Mebane. The most interesting story I heard was that there were allegedly shots fired at Mebane. However, I could not find any reports on this. We got to go into this one for a bathroom break, and I must say, they've gotten a lot of instruments. For now.
Alright guys, we have officially made it out of the Winston-Salem cluster.
Yep.
That's the...
We have a secret weapon. You see, when they after Mebane was so busy at Winston-Salem, they decided to give out. They gave passports in exchange for stamps. So now we have a passport and 2 pieces of paper. How many of us are there? 3. How many does each one have? 2 stamps.
I should mention, if you remember those rewards I mentioned from McKay's at the start, you can forget about them, minus the credit. It's no surprise that with this influx of McKay's lovers, it was inevitable that they would be short-stocked. On top of this, McKay's posted that if you went to Winston-Salem, there was no need to go to Mebane. Was our Mebane campaign all in vain? Hey, that rhymes. Regardless, this all seems very tough on the workers. Granted that there were attempts of unionization from Knoxville McKay's from as late as 2022. Knoxville was our next stop, and sadly, unionization was not the only thing workers would be fighting for. After a 4-hour drive, we would wake up to... not again.
This is Knoxville.
Knoxville's worse than Mebane when we left.
I mean,
Jesus, it is bad.
goodness gracious, yeah. That's the second fire truck. First one's down there. It's pretty crazy, huh, Jack?
Oh God, yeah.
A megaton worse than Mebane.
So the situation is there's this separate line that's been formed by McKay's. And basically, we forfeit the $50, but we get to go to the next location that tells us we were here, and we still get $250.
250.
Yeah, $250.
250.
Still a lot of credit. And if we go back to Chattanooga, we get the full 800.
That's right.
800?
800? Yeah.
Wait, no, 500. So in total, we would have $750.
750.
Only 50 less, which is not a bad difference.
Long story short, we stood in this line only to find out that the lady handing out stickers for the $50 off left. Miraculously, we met a hard worker handing them out with no line whatsoever. If I meet this guy again, I owe him my firstborn. Driving south to Chattanooga, we determined it would be our final destination. Knoxville's crowds left us all nothing but a desolate hope. McKay's would post that their Knoxville location had been shut down by the fire chief, allegedly overcrowding indoors, plus 23 people treated for heat-related illness that day. I'd like to say that I dedicate this video to these 23, as they were simply fans of a store willing to go miles for a semblance of reward, even at their own expense of the venture. Knoxville turned out to be way worse than Mebane, insanely. Would Chattanooga be the determining factor?
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. My name's Jack Williams. If someone said I was a normal person, they're not normal. I'm not a normal person. As a matter of fact, I'm crazy. Crazy in love with my life. It all started in freshman year, when I lost my memory. Back to Hey Jude. So we're in Chattanooga. Shortest line yet. We're doing pretty good, Audie.
Pretty good. We're at
So we're gonna call it quits here, but we're gonna try and get it to 800, but at least 250. Let's do this.
Now this part I didn't have much footage to show, so here's an aerial shot by Jack. Also, the news? That's right, we saw them in line at this final destination and did the impossible.
800 digits. $800
A-double-O.
in the sovereign heaven that is McKay's.
McKay's of
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. That is right. Hometown. And I don't think we ever would have gotten this far without our charismatic approaches and our cutting corners. You know, we crossed the finish line, and it's safe to say I think we won. We won. And we totally went to every McKay's as suggested by this one.
Oh, yeah. Wink, wink. Yeah. We totally went to Nashville. Ain't that right, Jack?
Yeah, we totally went to Nashville.
We went to Music City and everything. Yup. But holy guacamole. And we may even be on this lovely channel called The News, right?
News Channel 9.
3.
Oh, 3.
One of those news channels. Maybe 9. Who knows?
It's a news channel nonetheless.
A news channel nonetheless. Anyways, that was
our McKay's 50th anniversary trip.
That was it. That was it, folks. Thank you for watching Lanzas.
Speaking of news, there are those handsome, charming individuals